what can we look forward to in the upcoming Moblogic set? Obviously, it's going to be different than Wallstrip. Wallstrip is still going on.
It's not edited by CBS.
The website doesn't say CBS really anywhere on it.
Right.
do you have? Are you promised that it'll stay that way, or you know? You get the idea.
The thing that no one understands about our relationship with CBS is that when they acquired us, they told us we would have total freedom, and it's been the case.
That's awesome.